What's up, everybody? Welcome back to DF Leatherworks. We're in the shop today. We're going to be prepping for a branding bar that we're going to have coming up here soon. We're going to be prepping cast iron handle covers, hot mats. We've got some clutches that look similar to this. We're going to have some wristlet keychains and some other things going to be happening. So y'all stick around. Let's prep for this branding bar. Alright, we got all our cast iron handles, covers taped up. We got all of our hot mats taped up. Now, let's go punch some holes in our wristlet card holders and our clutches. We're gonna start out with our wristlet card holders. We got our 6-pound Berry King ball, and then we also got our fancy Harbor Freight punches. We forgot to mark out where we need to put our punches. Let's move on to our clutches. We use a bigger size punch for these. Ow! Alright, we're going to cut out the slot for our zippers. All we're going to do is connect the dots and remove that middle piece so we can tape in our zippers. Got fancy dancy X-Acto knife and our ruler. There's our slot. Alright guys, we got our zippers. We got our tape. We got our leather. Let's put them all together. Sound like a damn cheerleader. We got our zippers. We got our tape. We got our leather. Now let's put them all together. Alright guys, I think y'all get the idea. I'll finish taping all these up and we'll be back to put the zippers in. Alright, we got them all taped up finally. We'll add in our zippers. All we're going to do is we're going to pull off this backing paper here. Maybe. Grab our zippers. We got them from the Jungle website. We're just going to line it up. Take our zipper, put it inside the project so we don't sew around it with a zipper on the outside. It would kind of defeat the purpose of the zipper being in it. And we're just using little 7-inch zippers here. There we go. There's our zipper. What we'll do, we'll sew around here. But until then, We get to do that 500 more times. Cue action scene. All right, before we sew those zippers in, we're gonna put all these other items together so they're ready to sew. All right guys, forgot to cut out our loops for our hot mats so they'll be able to be hung up or anything like that. We got them out about 1/2 inch. We'll figure out the length here in a minute. I don't have it written down on my pattern, but that's what we're gonna do right now. Get these cut down to size, square off an end. I'm gonna cut these about half, and we're about 7.5 inches long. So let's just cut it somewhere in 3 3/4. This one's longer, so we'll cut it down to 7.5, so it's the same. Let's go 3 3/4. All right, what we need to do next, we need to take some of this thickness out here so when we sew, it's not leave a big lump in there when we sew it around the edge. So what we're gonna scab these down, then we'll get them taped inside of the hot mats. There we go. Let's get a mess cleaned up. We'll get these taped together. Make our loop. Get it stuck. There you go. There's our hot mat. I'll leave some excess around here. We'll trim that off after we get done sewing. All right guys, we're over here at the sewing machine. Let's get these sewn up. We're working on the Cobra Class 26 from Leather Machine Co. We're gonna bump our stitches down a little bit on these smaller items, and then we'll crank it back a little bit higher when we get to the larger items. There we go. We'll trim all these edges off and this one will be good to go. All right guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna separate all these from the thread. There we are. Then all we gotta do is trim this down. I'm gonna do that with the rest of these. Trim all these stitches down. I'm gonna trim them down. I like to use scissors for these. Usually I will use my knife, but for these I like to use scissors. Alright, these are all cut out. We still need to sand and edge and dye the edges. But as of right now, these are done. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go back over to the sewing machine. We're gonna finish up sewing up the hot mats, and there's some koozies over there as well. And then we'll get started on our clutches and wristlet card holders. All right, guys, we got the hot mats sewn up, ready to go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna trim these down and we'll move on to the next thing. All right, y'all, that's our hot mats done up. That's gonna be it for today. Y'all stay tuned for the finishing up these other things. All right, guys, we're back in the shop again tonight. We're gonna finish up some of our things. We got one issue though. We're not gonna be able to sew up some of our stuff, but let me show you why. So yeah, guys, our problem is we don't have enough thread. We have some more on order, but that won't come in until this week. But this train don't stop. We gotta keep going. Let's get some work done. So yeah, guys, so like I said, this train don't stop. We're gonna get to work. We're gonna dye these edges, but first we're gonna sand them and slick them down. We'll take you through that process. So let's get to work. We got a sanding and burnishing machine here. This is from Buckle Guy. This is our second one. The first one quit working, unfortunately, but this one's been a champ here lately. We still need to get a shop vac system up for it, but this saves a whole bunch of time on these stock items. So guys, as you can see here, we have the edges sanded down. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take an edger now. We're gonna knock off this little slight edge here. Then we're gonna take our Toconol. It's a burnishing compound. What that's gonna do is flatten down all of these fibers here on the side and give it a slick edge. We're gonna take our number 2 edger. I got this from Tandy years ago. It has been doing just fine. So let's round these edges off. We're gonna do both sides. All right, take our Toconol. It doesn't take a lot. I'm gonna tap it on the edge. We'll rub it in some. That'd be taken wrong. We're gonna put it on the edge, and we're gonna start burnishing that edge. We're gonna start our burnishing side. as y'all can see, there's the unfinished side, there's the finished side. It's nice and slick, it's rounded off. We're gonna do that to all of our cast iron handle covers. We have it burnished completely. Let me go grab my dye pen. We got our dye marker here. I get this from Maker's Leather Supply. It is filled with Phoebe's Dark Brown Pro Dye. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, we're gonna just run it across the edges to give it a solid color. See, a lot of people use daubers and things like that. I found I have a whole lot more control with this marker. And there you go. There's our finished edge there, dyed. We'll let it dry. Then there's our finished cast iron handle cover. Now we're gonna do all of these, same process for every single one of them. All right guys, as y'all can see, sanding those down, it doesn't take hardly any time with this sanding and burnishing machine from Buckle Guy. We're gonna edge these, just like we did the first process. We're gonna edge these, we're gonna slick them down, and then we're gonna dye them. So when we get done with these, I'll meet y'all back over the cut table for our next thing. All right, y'all, we finished up our cast iron handle covers. We got everything sanded, slicked, and dyed. Those will be going up on the website here soon. It's 7 o'clock at night already, and I haven't eaten. So I'm gonna run out to the house, grab about to eat. Hopefully our leather order will be in tomorrow that has our thread, so we can finish up our other projects here. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right guys, we're back in the shop. We did get our leather order in, but we still got one problem. We still ain't got no thread. So guys, that's gonna do it for this week. Please stay tuned for next week's video where we finish up all of our branding bar items. We may also have a trick up our sleeves for y'all. But guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, whether you liked it or not. Any feedback to me, it's great feedback as we start on this journey here. But guys, always remember, just no matter where you're at or what you do, always leave your mark. Have a good one, guys.